My investor friends, welcome. So I've been getting this question quite often, and it's a good question from investors that are trying to get started and kind of do things on their own. Um, what do I buy? Where do I buy? But more importantly, what do I buy? And I want to show you something that fools a lot of people starting out, right? So most people, when they start out buying in real estate, they try to buy on a budget, right? Or they let their budget dictate where they should look and what they should buy. So here's an example. Okay, so you have a 2 unit or a duplex, okay, with an asking price of $200,000, and then you have an 8 unit apartment with an asking price of $400,000. Now, most investors who start off are automatically going to be drawn to this duplex for a couple of reasons. One, of course, the price is lower, right? And they're basing their investment on a budget. Okay, so they see this lower asking price and they're like, this is me all day. And then two, they say I could probably do what they call out, what some investors call house hacking, where I can live in 1 unit, I can get the FHA, put the 3% down, boom, 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 right? So they say this is my deal, right? But when you're investing, um, the asking price is probably the last thing you should be concerned with. What should really drive your decision is breaking down the deal itself without even getting into the financial statements, the income, the expenses, and all that. Let's just take a quick look at something that you can do to analyze what deal is better. All right, so you have the 8 units, and the asking price is 400,000. This is one of the metrics that I use when I start, to break down a deal or to analyze a deal. Something called cost per door. How much am I paying for this property per unit? This is 8 units. The asking price is $400,000, which means I have a $50,000 per door ratio. Okay, this 2 unit or this duplex over here is $200,000, so it's cheaper on the asking price standpoint, but it's going to cost you more per door. 100,000 because it's only 2 units. Two divided into 200,000 gives you $100,000. Okay, so already this deal is saving you money because you're getting it at a much lower entry point per door. So don't get fooled by your budget. Don't let your budget dictate where and what you should buy. You should go in and analyze the deal first, okay? Then figure out how can I get this deal. Don't go in there saying, well, I can do the FHA, and because you're going to go in there and get a deal that isn't going to produce much income. It's going to be more of a headache. And then people, I get this a lot too. Well, if I get 2 units, that means I only have to deal with 2 tenants versus 8 units. I got to deal with 8 more people. Trust me, you want to deal with more people because it's going to take the same amount of energy to manage this duplex as it is this 8 unit. I know it doesn't seem that way, but it's just reality. Not only that, but the bigger you go in your deals, the less work you'll have to do. And here's why: because you're going to produce way more income, and then you'll have way more income to go out and hire somebody to either help you or take it over completely. There's not enough money in this duplex deal to do that. You're going to have to do everything. So don't be fooled by the smaller deal. If the smaller deal makes sense, then it might be a deal that you want to do. But don't be fooled by, oh, it's only 2 tenants I got to deal with, or it's only 200,000. I can do this the FHA thing. That's a trap. Okay, analyze the deal first. Use your metrics. This is one of my favorites right here. Cost per door. I start with that, and then there's a couple other key ones that I use, and then the most important is, okay, let's look at the financial statements and let's see what this property is actually producing. But don't get fooled, my newbies. And if you have questions, we're always here. New Level Realty, we're here to help. We're investing every day. Thanks.